In the early 2000s, renting movies meant a trip to the local video store or subscribing to a DVD by mail service like Netflix. But as internet speeds increased, so did the popularity of online streaming. Today, Netflix is a household name, and Blockbuster is nowhere to be found. But how did this happen? In this video, we'll take a look at the rise of streaming, the fall of Blockbuster, and how Netflix almost went bankrupt. Netflix was founded in 1997 by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, who came up with the idea of offering a DVD rental by mail service. The company started with just 30 employees and a small collection of 925 DVDs. Despite its humble beginnings, Netflix quickly gained a reputation for excellent customer service and convenience. Customers could browse and order DVDs from the comfort of their own homes and receive them in the mail within days. Plus, there were no late fees, a game-changing feature that set Netflix apart from traditional video rental stores. As the company grew, so did its collection of DVDs. By 1999, Netflix had over 100,000 titles available to rent. This growth was fueled by the dot-com boom, which saw investors pouring money into tech startups with the hopes of hitting it big. However, the dot-com bubble burst in 2000, and many tech companies were left struggling to survive. Netflix, on the other hand, weathered the storm by focusing on customer retention and improving its recommendation algorithm. In 2002, Netflix went public, raising $82.5 million in its initial public offering. This gave the company the capital it needed to expand its operations and grow its subscriber base. By 2007, Netflix had over 7 million subscribers and was earning over $1 billion in revenue. But as technology continued to evolve, so did the way people consumed media. Streaming services like YouTube and Hulu began to gain popularity, and Hastings knew that Netflix needed to adapt to stay relevant. In 2007, Netflix launched its streaming service, allowing customers to watch movies and TV shows online without the need for DVDs. Initially, the selection was limited, but Hastings knew that streaming was the future, and that Netflix needed to invest in it. Despite initial pushback from studios and networks, Netflix continued to expand its streaming library and invest in original content. This strategy paid off, and by 2010, streaming had overtaken DVD rentals as Netflix's primary source of revenue. Overall, the early days of Netflix were marked by innovation and a dedication to customer service. The company's success was driven by its ability to adapt to changing technologies and customer preferences, setting the stage for its future dominance in the entertainment industry. Blockbuster was once a dominant player in the video rental industry, with over 9,000 stores worldwide at its peak. In the early 2000s, Blockbuster was at the height of its success, but it failed to recognize the potential of streaming, which would ultimately lead to its downfall. In 2000, Netflix approached Blockbuster with a proposal to be acquired for $50 million, but Blockbuster declined the offer. Instead, Blockbuster attempted to compete with Netflix by launching its own DVD by mail service, Blockbuster Online. The service was initially successful, but Blockbuster was slow to adopt streaming and failed to keep up with Netflix. By 2007, Netflix had introduced its streaming service, allowing customers to watch movies and TV shows online without waiting for DVDs to arrive in the mail. While Netflix's streaming service was gaining popularity, Blockbuster continued to focus on its brick-and-mortar stores and DVD by mail service. Blockbuster eventually launched its own streaming service, but it was too little, too late. By the time Blockbuster entered the streaming market, Netflix had already established itself as the dominant player. Blockbuster's streaming service, which required a proprietary player, was also clunky and unappealing to users. Blockbuster's refusal to adapt to the changing industry ultimately led to its downfall. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy with over $900 million in debt. The company closed most of its stores and sold off its remaining assets, including its streaming service, to Dish Network. Today, only one Blockbuster store remains in operation, located in Bend, Oregon. The store has become a tourist attraction, with visitors coming from around the world to experience a slice of video rental nostalgia. Despite its success, Netflix almost went bankrupt in 2011. The company had been offering both DVD rentals and streaming. But CEO Reed Hastings realized that streaming was the future and made the decision to split the two services. Customers were outraged, and over 800,000 subscribers canceled their accounts. The company's stock price plummeted, and many people predicted that Netflix was finished. But Hastings knew what he was doing. The split allowed Netflix to focus on streaming and invest in original content. In 2013, Netflix released its first original series, House of Cards, which was a critical and commercial success. Since then, Netflix has become a content powerhouse, releasing hit after hit. Stranger Things, The Crown, and Bridgerton are just a few of the shows that have helped Netflix amass over 200 million subscribers worldwide. Netflix's success in creating original content has led to a new era of streaming, where companies are investing billions of dollars in creating their own content. This has led to fierce competition, with companies like Amazon, Apple, and Disney all launching their own streaming services. To stay ahead of the competition, Netflix has continued to invest heavily in original content. In 2020 alone, the company spent over $17 billion on content, with plans to spend even more in the coming years. Despite this, Netflix faces challenges ahead. The rise of other streaming services means that Netflix can no longer rely on its library of licensed content to attract subscribers. Instead, the company must continue to innovate and create new and engaging content to keep its subscribers coming back. The rise of streaming and the fall of Blockbuster are just two examples of how technology has disrupted traditional industries. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe. Have a wonderful day.